Hello and welcome to the Polo Fields in Del Mar. I'm David Goldberg with George Langevin Productions. Today we have an under-17 soccer match. It's the National Cup prelims of the first round. It's the OCU Lions versus the Newbury Park Conquistadors. Right now you're getting a view of the OCU Lions taking a little warm-up before our game, which will take place just in a few moments. Taking a look at the roster, in goal for the first half will be Justin Morinaka. For the second half it'll be Brad Wayman. Number 2 is Eric Warner, 3 Austin Algren, 4 Nick Lumpkin, 6 Nick Tolman, 7 Mo Abdelmoudi, 8 Omar Avalos, 9 Neil Shaw, 10 Joey Schloss, 11 Armand Malikian, 14 Ramon Garcia, 16 Nick Orlick, 15 BJ Ramirez, and 17 Victor Guerrero. And now you're getting a view of the Newbury Park Conquistadors, who appear to be wearing the dark uniforms, black shirts with blue trousers. In goal for them is Scott Peck. At number 4 is Tom Stout. 5 is Chris Swatosh. 6 and 7 is Matt Hayward and Casey Schmidt. 8 and 9 is Seth Swenson and Jeffrey Marcus. 11 is Todd Hammerslag. 12 is John Krill. 13-14, Greg Greschler and Kelly O'Brien. 15, Wolfgang Moj. 16, Mark Bampton. 17, Patrick Leitzel. 18, Jacob Chavaria. And 19, Pavel Gago. And we'll be back in just a few moments to get the action underway. And we're just about set to go here in this under-17 National Cup prelim game. We're in the Polo Fields in Del Mar on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. It's breezy, the temperatures are in the mid-60s. It's a perfect day for soccer, and we are underway. The OCU Lions are in the all-white uniforms with blue trim around the shirts. The Newbury Park Conquistadors are in the dark uniforms. It appears to be black shirts and blue trousers. And we have a ball is being played now down in the Newbury Park end. Action happening at the far side of the field as players battling for it there. Blasting it back was Neil Shaw, 9 for the OCU Lions. Goes back deep into Conquistador territory where the sweeper Bampton will handle it. He kicks it all the way out. Ball's headed back towards center of the field. As the players battle for it there, that's Guerrero doing some nice individual work. He passes it back to a teammate. Teammate then's going to kick it all the way back to the goalie, who was Justin Morinaka, the goalie for the first half for the OCU Lions. Morinaka sends it up. Ball gets played down to the far side of the field. Some pushing and shoving going on there. And the ball will be sent back again to the defender of the Lions. He sends it up. Sent ahead right towards us to 3. That is Austin Algren. Algren looking for some room. He's got a player. He sends it up to him. That player sends it back to Werner. Werner's the stopper. He sends it ahead to Algren on a little give and go. Algren does his best to save the ball from going out of bounds, but he can't get to it in time, so it'll be the first throw-in of the game in favor of the Conquistadors. Conquistadors number 18 has it. That is Chavaria. Now they take possession, trying to send somebody in on a fast break opportunity where Chavaria has it again, but he's cut off from the ball, sent back to Algren. Algren gets it up to Tolman, 6. Tolman down the near sideline. He's got some room to roam. He collides right into a Conquistador player, and he's down and down hard. Wow, that was just a collision on that play. Either player was going to give an inch, and Looks like both players are okay. That was 14. Kelly O'Brien for the Conquistadors with a football-like block. I think there will be a foul called on that play, and it'll go over to Eric Werner, who puts the ball back in play after the free kick opportunity. Sent up ahead to Tolman. Tolman sends it towards the net, and out to get it is goalie Scott Peck. So that's his first touch of the day. Handles it flawlessly, surveying the scene, and sends it across to his defender. No score here in the early going. Pickup action now at the far side of the field, around midfield. We're going to have the ball foul call. Looks like it's going to go against the Lions. So it'll be a free kick at the spot of the foul for the Conquistadors as they set their troops up offensively. There's really not been a shot on net as of yet, although Scott Peck, the goalie of the Conquistadors, did come out to stop the forward progress as two players go for the head there for the Lions and collide, and they're going to call a foul on one of the Lion players to set up a free kick.
What are you talking about?
Free kick right in front of the goal mouth, and you can hear the coaching staff of the OCU Lions in disbelief. It's Greg Sapola, the head coach, and that's Badrick Malikian. There is a penalty kick now. We have found there's a penalty kick. I'm not sure what the foul was. It looked to be a clean play. Both players for the Lions are going after the ball. They headed it, collided into each other, and in the collision, they knocked down a Conquistador player. I don't know how that results in a penalty kick here, but here it goes. And goal! Casey Schmidt converts the penalty kick to put Newbury Park on top by a score of 1-0.
Good finish, ref.
As you can hear the coach being very sarcastic towards the referee. So Casey Schmidt with the first goal of the game, he converts the penalty kick. It's really an odd call. Haven't seen that in a while, especially on that type of play. Nonetheless, Newbury Park is up by a score of 1-0 here in the early going. As Matt Hayward, the Conquistadors, sends it across to a teammate. He sends it up to 11. That's Todd Hammerslag. Hammerslag now gets it across to Gressler. Gressler pokes it up, but it goes out of play for a throw-in. Ball thrown in now by the Lions. Pick-up action at the far side of the field. Ball squirts out ahead, handled by the Conquistadors, but intercepted nicely by Tolman. Tolman sends it back to Algren. Algren gets it up to a teammate who sends it back to the defender. Now the ball goes back to Algren. He's got some room on the near sideline. He dribbles it up, hands it over to Tolman. That was kick off the leg of 7 Schmidt. Ball will be thrown in now for the Lions. Ball goes high, headed by the Conquistadors, comes down and kicked high into the air, chased down by Malikian. Ball gets through him towards Mo Abdelmuti. Ball gets sent down now, deep into the Lion territory. Garcia will handle it, sends it ahead, up the far sideline. Players converge on it there. Finally, the ball is kicked out of bounds, so it'll be a throw-in. 1-0 is our score here in the early going of the first half. In this under-17 game, there are 45-minute halves, so we're just have about 6 minutes elapsed here where we've seen a penalty kick and a goal for Newbury Park. That's been the only scoring so far. Algren now comes up and it's got the ball, takes it away from the Conquistador player. He sends it across for a little give and go, but intercepted by O'Brien. And we're going to have a foul call on number 19, Pavel Gago, who claims he didn't touch him. Referee didn't see it that way, so we're going to get a free kick. Algren will take it. He sends it across to Guerrero, Vic Guerrero. He sends it back to Algren. Algren doing some nice work down the near sideline so far in this game. Some nice move by Guerrero. Gets it, doesn't get his pass through, intercepted by the Conquistadors. That's Shavaria, 18, and he's tripped up and fouled, so it'll be a free kick. So far, OCU has not been able to really get a sustained scoring chance. Ball headed now, taken by Garcia, sends it ahead. to Malikian. Malikian doing some nice work, sends it ahead to 7. That is Mo Abdelmuti. He chases it down. Still working. He's working against 13 Grushler on the far side of the field. The ball will finally go out of bounds off Grushler for a throw-in for the Lions. Ball's going to be thrown in at the far side of the field. Deep penetration here for the Lions. It's a high throw-in. The goalie comes out, gets deflected, controlled by the Lions. Now down in the corner is Guerrero. He's looking to do something with it. He's dribbling it, kicks it towards the side of the net, handled by the goalie, Scott Peck. So he makes a nice save. Looked like that didn't have a chance of getting in, but nonetheless, Peck with the nice hands collects it and will take the free kick. Score remains 1-0. Newbury Park, who are in the dark uniforms, against the OCU Lions, the white uniforms with blue trim. Ball goes over to O'Brien, sends it to his defender, as the Conquistadors having a bit of a problem trying to get the ball out of their own zone as the OCU Lions are pressing the action. And here comes Guerrero. He's got some room, trying to get a shot on net, being defended carefully by O'Brien. His kick goes off of O'Brien. He's still got control of the ball. He sends it to Avalos, Omar Avalos. He sends it through, way over everybody. It'll be chased down into the far corner. Looks like it's Avalos down in the far corner. It's difficult to see the numbers, as Shaw has it now, and he just kicks it out of bounds for a throw-in for the Conquistadors. So the Conquistadors stand up mightily to that first offensive pressure of the Lions, get the ball out of that danger zone, and we'll resume play at the far side of the field, where the Conquistadors are trying to break with it. The ball sent ahead. Breaking is 19, Pavel Gago. He's got some room. He stops it, gets it across to 7. That is Schmidt. He's taken down, and we're going to have a foul, probably right at that point. Casey Schmidt is the player for the Conquistadors who did score off that penalty kick. He's obviously their offensive weapon, so he was taken down as he moved in for a shot on net, and we're going to have another free kick right about 15 feet away from the goal, so another chance for the Conquistadors. So it's going to set up our second penalty kick of the game. Looks like taking it's going to be Chavarria rather than Schmidt. Here's Chavarria's PK. Score! Jacob Chavarria makes it 2-0. Conquistadors over the Lions. Difficult beginning for the Lions, but there's still a lot of time left in this ball game. So the Conquistadors with a 2-0 lead here in the early going. The goals by Schmidt and Chavarria, both on penalty kicks. Tough break for the Lions. Nonetheless, there's still a lot of time left in the game. That's 6. Tolman sends it down deep. He seems to be still holding his chest. That was from the collision he had with Kelly O'Brien. That was a big collision, and he seems to be still suffering the effects from it. So we hope he's going to be okay during the course of this game. We'll have a corner kick for the OCU Lions. First corner of the game for either team. This is a good opportunity for them to break through and have this lead. Here's the corner. It's sent on the ground, intercepted by the Conquistadors, and they've got some room to break. Here they come again. Oh, and there's a huge collision there. Big physical play as 2, that's Eric Werner, gets very upset at the call and looks like he's going to get a yellow card for Werner. And there's now the coaches are working on the referee, and the referee is telling him, warning him, hey, he's going to end up in the parking lot if he doesn't keep it down. So we resume play at the spot of the foul. Conquistadors now really taking advantage of the mistakes by the, the officiating so far by the referees of the game. Nonetheless, we're back in action as the Lions try to move the ball forward. Their passes have not been crisp so far in the early going. Ball sent to the Conquistadors, number 11, that's Hammerslag. He gets it to 15, that's Wolfgang Moj. Moj with it, sends it ahead, intercepted by the OCU Lions. That's Shaw. He's got some room. He's still dribbling with it, sends it into the center. Goes back to Guerrero. Guerrero now working. He sends it to Ramirez. Ramirez's shot is wide. So, nice attempt by the Lions, trying to get some scoring opportunities going. That shot goes wide by Ramirez. Scott Peck now taking the goal kick. Blasted to the far sideline. There's a little contact there between players. Ball goes high into the air, handled by Schmidt. Ball still bouncing around over midfield. Handled nicely by Cheveria. But he loses control of the ball to 7. That is Abdelmoudi. Abdelmoudi now sends it ahead, but intercepted by Wolfgang Moj. Players still battling with it at the far side of the field where Gruschler's involved for the Conquistadors. Finally, we have a whistle, and there's some pushing and shoving going on the part of players. Looks like Gruschler's in on that for the Conquistadors. So the pushing and shoving, there's a lot of frustration on the part of the Lions. This game has been very physical, as you have seen. And really, I've got to agree with the complaining by Greg Sapola, the coach of the Lions. There's been some really questionable calls, considering both teams are very physical. So the ball goes all the way down to the goalie. That's Morinaka. His pass is intercepted by the Conquistadors, and the shot on net, the subsequent shot on net, was blasted wide. I'll tell you what, you got to be a little more careful of the ball here. You got to take care of it. You're down by 2. That was Pavel Gago running in on that chance, that giveaway. We pick up action now with a free kick. Ball's taken. Goes all the way up to midfield where it's pushed by Matt Hayward. Went off his shoulder intentionally. We're going to get a whistle. Ball will be in the possession of the Lions as Avalos sends it across to Shaw. Shaw working with it now. Hands it up to Malikian. Goes off of his chest. Now he changes possession with a teammate. Ball is sent in, but the Conquistadors move up into the passing lanes and really are doing a nice job of intercepting the passes of the Lions. Nonetheless, that breakout attempt goes out of play, so it'll be a throw-in. Looks like Eric Warner, too, will take it. He throws it to the far side of the field, but we're going to have a foul call for a free kick. So, our score is 2-0 Conquistadors over the Lions here in this prelim game of the National Cup. We're in the first round. Activity. Ball's blasted out now, goes off of a player of the shoulder of the Conquistador defender. Handled now by the Conquistadors. That's Swatosh. 5 handles it. Taking the ball now is Tolman. Does a nice job of getting in between the Conquistador player, but nonetheless, Swatosh gets back up into the play. He loses possession of the ball and taken over by the Lions. Handed to Guerrero. Guerrero doing some nice individual work. He's got some room. He sends it across now. Here are the Lions moving in. There's got a lane, but Abdelmoudi is unable to break through. The Conquistadors regain possession. Now they blast it out. The ball goes back to Cheveria. He sends it across to Leitzel. Leitzel now at the far side of the field. He's got some room, sends it across. As you can see it opening up to 19, that's Gago. Gago sends it across to Hammerslag. Hammerslag now blasts it back, but it's going to be chased down by the Lions. Ball's headed by the Lions, now goes back to Conquistadors. They retain possession as Swatosh tries to move in with it. He does, down to the far side of the field, and he's taken down on a slide tackle. We're going to have a foul call at that spot.
Okay, that's good defense. Good defense.
Taking the free kick, it's going to be Cheveria. He's got the second goal of the game for the Conquistadors. So it's going to result in a corner, effectively. He hits it high, goes off the top of the net and out of play. So we resume action with a free kick for the Lions. Ball's hit high into the air, coming down to the Conquistadors, but handled nicely by Ramirez. Ramirez now gets it over to Guerrero. Guerrero centers it to 8 Avalos. Avalos sends it across the field. It's finally sent back to the defender of the Lions. Ball sent ahead now. As here comes Schmidt breaking in. His shot. Oh, a nice save opportunity by Morinaka, and he does a nice job there. And there's a lot of pushing and shoving. It looks like a lot of acting going on by the Conquistadors. This game is very, very chippy, this game. And we've got to have a yellow card now given to Pavel Gago. He deserved it. He went in on the goalie unnecessarily, then faked like he was hurt once the goalie responded. So referee makes an appropriate call there, so we have a yellow card for Gago. So 2 yellow cards for each team so far. 1 each, I should say. We resume action. The ball's hit high into the air. Headed toward Gago again. Ball goes out of bounds off of Algren. Gago now with a throw-in. Throws it into Hammerslag. Hammerslag's pass is finally picked off by 6. That is Tolman. He's shoved out of bounds, though. Coach Greg Sapola of the Lions telling his team to slow it down. They got plenty of time. Excellent advice. Still early on in the first half of play. Only about 20 minutes into the game unofficially. Play 45-minute halves. All the scoring so far today has been the result of penalty kicks. 2 penalty kicks have been awarded in this game to the Conquistadors and has resulted in 2 goals. Pick up action now. It's going to be Warner taking the ball off of a foul call. He'll take the free kick right in front of us. He sends it high towards Guerrero. Guerrero muscling in for position. It's headed high into the air, goes back to Hammerslag. He sends it back up to his teammate. Finally, Gago just blasts it back out towards into Lions territory, where it's chased down there by 9, Neil Shaw. Ball sent ahead, goes off the head of Chavarria. Players battling with it around midfield. It's finally just sent back in. Sent back to the goalie, Peck. He blasts it up ahead. Ball is headed by Algren. Here comes Gago stepping up into the play. Conquistadors are really doing a nice job of stepping up into the play any opportunity they get. Now the breakout opportunity is intercepted, and here come the Lions the other way. 12 handling the ball. He sends it across to Avalos. Avalos doing a nice job. Sends it back to 12. It's finally sent ahead now. Looks like to Guerrero, who does a nice behind-the-back pass. A nice pass between the legs, and here come the Lions. Shot on net, blocked by Peck. And we're going to have a change of possession. So the Lions doing a nice job of methodically moving in, doing the nice pass work, getting a shot on net. But Peck was there for the big save. Our score remains 2-0 Conquistadors. Resume action now at the far side of the field. Warner takes it, hands it over to Ramirez. Ramirez sends it to a teammate. His pass gets through to Tolman. Tolman's got some room. Here comes his scoring chance. Shot and over the net. Nice shot by Tolman, just a little bit high, as the Lions now starting to roar a little bit here in the first half, starting to get some pressure on net. They're still down by 2. Action, we get a foul call on the Conquistadors, so it'll be a free kick at that spot. Taken. Algren handles it now, sends it to the near sideline, where it's Tolman. Tolman sends it to Avalos. Avalos still with control. He breaks out now. He's got some room. He's still got some room. He centers the ball, kicks it, goes off the chest of a Lion player who tries to work with it, sends it back to Avalos, who blasts it, but way high and wide. Nonetheless, the Lions are getting some nice pressure on net, trying to get that first tally. We pick up action now with the goalie, Scott Peck, taking the goal kick, sends it across to his teammate. Now the Conquistadors look to break. They're breaking down the far sideline. Blasted, centered high, and it goes over the head of 19 Pavel Gago, and he went up on Algren's back to get the foul call. Game has been very physical. Referee stops play again. So we're underway again. Ball's hit high towards the far sideline. Chased down by Casey Schmidt, 7. He's got the first goal of the game for the Conquistadors. Ball thrown in now to Garcia. Garcia handles it up. Algren now stepping up into the play. Again, the passing of the Lions having trouble kind of getting those crisp passes as Avalos hammers Gago, and it'll go over to Conquistador possession. Ball now sent to Wolfgang Moj. Sends it across to Schmidt. Schmidt working against the Conquistador. Check that, Schmidt working against the Lions. We're going to get a foul call on Schmidt as he jumped on the back of the Lions defender. So ball will be placed. Start action again for the Lions. Besides the penalty kick opportunities, the Conquistadors really have not had much offensive action as the Lions look to break. Ball is centered, kicked, and just high. Again, the Lions get a shot on net, but it goes high. Goal kick will be taken by Peck. Peck is an awfully tall young man. Looks like he can get anything over his head without there being any room between the post and his hand. Tall, lanky goaltender has been very effective, been perfect so far in this game. We resume action as Guerrero dribbles it down the far sideline. He looks to move in. He's still with it, and he just loses a ball out of bounds, and disgust hits the net. Nonetheless, the Lions are really breaking towards the net any chance they get. Now we pick up action as the goalie sends it across to a defender. Sent across to Gago. Does a nice give and go. Ball's taken, given to Casey Schmidt. Schmidt now intercepted by 2 Lion players as Algren sends it across to Tolman. Tolman now working against Schmidt, still working against him. His pass is taken by 8 Avalos. He sends it across. Ball shot attempt is deflected and blocked. Now the Conquistadors look to break. Here's Garcia trying to outrace the Conquistador. He finally does get to the ball, and pushed down is the Lions player, so it'll be a free kick at the spot of the foul. Quite a number of fouls in this game and a lot of contact between each team. Ball sent over to Garcia. Sent back to the defender of the Lions. He sends it right in front of us to Algren. Algren wearing the green cleats. He sends it ahead to a teammate, that was Tolman, but his pass goes out of bounds. Throw-in for the Conquistadors. Ball's headed nicely by the Conquistadors, but the possession goes over to the Lions. Heavy kick now goes to the center of the field. Taken by 18, that is Chavaria. He sends it across to 15, Wolfgang Moj. Moj now, his pass gets a little beyond his player and taken by 11, Arman Malikian. Now the ball is sent ahead and there's a collision. We're gonna have a foul call on the Lions. Free kick, Conquistadors. Two to nothing is our score. Newbury Park Conquistadors over the OCU Lions here in the first half of play. Unofficially, we've played close to 28 minutes of our first half, which is 45 minutes in length. We're at the Polo Fields in Del Mar. I'm David Goldberg with George Langevin Productions on a beautiful, breezy Sunday afternoon in April. Ball now sent down deep into the Lions territory. Kicked out ahead. Looks like Werner's got it now. He's got some room. Still dribbling with it, looking for a teammate. It's sent over to Avalos, but finally intercepted by the Conquistadors as Moj looks to break. Ball is sent back, taken by Swenson of the Conquistadors. He sends it all the way to deep into the Lion zone where Morinaka Catches the ball. Ball sent ahead now again. The pass by Guerrero, a little give and go, is intercepted by the Conquistadors. Gago's pass is intercepted nicely by the Lions as they retain possession. Ball is sent over to Guerrero. He's dribbling with it now. He's getting shoved by Gago. Guerrero still doing some nice work, gets it over to 8 Avalos. He's doing some nice work. He's looking to cut in. Oh, and his shot goes way wide. And we resume action as Peck, the goalie of the Conquistadors, who has been perfect today. Now there's a turnover there, and Lions gain control of the ball, but the ball is finally blasted out, and they are unable to get a shot on net. As the Conquistadors now are racing after it, that is Casey Schmidt. He nails Werner, and there's a foul. Possession, Lions. Here come the Lions. This referee tells him to stop play again and do it over. He wants everybody to stand still, calling the play, and we're going to have a yellow card issued against the coach of the OCU Lions, and he says parking lot. So we'll see what happens now. So we're finally back in action as a warning goes to the Lions sideline. They're a little bit too verbally aggressive.
Coach wasn't the one who said it.
As now Schmidt hands it across to 15. That is Moj. His scoring shot is stopped by Justin Morinaka, who came out wide and deflected that. Terrific save by Morinaka. Ball goes over to Algren. Algren now sends it ahead to Garcia, but his attempt is deflected out of bounds by the Conquistadors. Ball sent in now. Sent in way far down to Orlick. Ball intercepted now by Tolman. Tolman works in. Ball intercepted though nicely by the Conquistadors. However, Avalos regains possession. He's still working with it. He tries to center it and score! Avalos with a beautiful shot on net and score. Tremendous shot by Avalos. That'll cut the lead in half. 2-1 now is our score as Omar Avalos on that play. He was dribbling down the right sideline, cut in, then sent in a high arching shot that just got by the diving Scott Peck to make it the first goal of the game for the Lions. 2-1's our score. We're going to have our first substitution. It looks like Abdul Mudi is going to come back into the game, make that the second substitution. Now, Lions smell blood. They're looking to get another one quick as Casey Schmidt is handled heartily. And we're going to have a foul call on the contact made with him. So the Conquistadors now move their troops into the offensive zone. This is an important time for the Conquistadors as well. See how they respond to that first goal by the Lions. They really haven't been able to get a legitimate chance until we just, Casey Schmidt had one just a moment ago in between their, or since their penalty kicks. Ball goes right in front of us as two players collide, sent to the ground. They're going to have a foul call on Algren. Algren can't believe it. It's going to be taken by Casey Schmidt. He's going to give it up to Pavel Gago. Conquistadors now setting up their troops for an opportunity. Here's his kick. Wynn takes it back towards midfield. Players battle for it there. That's 10, Joey Schloss down to the far sideline as Guerrero breaks out. He's got some room down the far sideline. Finally, his progress is stopped by 14. That's Kelly O'Brien. Ball will go out of bounds, and we'll have the ref saying it is the ball's in the possession of the Conquistadors. There are no sideline referees here in today's game. It's just one referee who's in the field. And here's a scoring chance for the Lions. Oh, sent ahead to Tolman, who's got to chase it down before it goes out of bounds. He does. He's looking to center it. He does. Ball's headed. No, missed the header. Goes back towards Tolman. He has control again. Dribbles it around. Tom Stout. And we're going to have a foul call. No, the ball's still in play. The ball's hit high. And on the play is Avalos, and his kick is high and wide as he was very anxious on that play and blasted it high. Out of play. We're back in action. Peck, the goalie, kicks it high into the air. Our score is 2-1, first half of action. The Conquistadors over the Lions. Ball's handled now by 10. That is Joey Schloss. He sends it across to Tolman. Tolman's been busy this half. His kick is sent to Nick Orlick. Orlick with it. He's trying to do some individual work. He sends it across to Algren. Algren centers it high. Ball goes off of a body there. Guerrero handles it and kicks it. Score! OCU Lions getting goal number 2. We'll have to get confirmation on who scored that goal. It came off of Guerrero's shot on net, and he might have been the one to knock it in. I'm not sure. I'll have to get confirmation on that. Nonetheless, it makes it 2-2 our score. The Lions have clawed their way back from a 2-0 deficit. I believe it was Guerrero on the goal, so we'll have to give the goal call to Guerrero at this point, and I'll get confirmation at half.
Better, boys. Come on.
Coach Nick, check that, Greg Sapola, urging his players on, saying they're better, and they've really responded well after being down early. Excellent coaching by Sapola, who's told his players, just cool a little bit. Still plenty of time left. Let's just play some good soccer. Here come the Lions. That is Ramirez. Ball sent in now. Conquistadors have it. That's Chavarria. Chavarria looking for some help. Sends it across. Ball's handled by Swenson. Gets it to Kelly O'Brien. He moves in, gets knocked down, no call. As the Lions break out with it, sends it ahead to Guerrero. Guerrero now converged on, but doing some nice individual work to keep possession. He sends it across. Lions still with possession. They're doing an excellent breakout job. They're moving in on a shot, and then he gets held. There's no call. Hammerslag held the jersey of the Lions player as the ball goes over to Tolman. Tolman in the corner now. That's where he likes to be with it. Gives it over to Omar Avalos. Avalos does have a tally, and his pass goes through his teammate and out of bounds. Some excellent, intense action as our score is 2-2. Unofficially, probably under 10 minutes to go here in our first half of play. Ball hit high into the air. It's been an exciting first half. Hopefully the second will be just as exciting. Ball's blasted deep now by 9. That is Jeffrey Marcus. Ball is going to go all the way to Morinaka. He handles it. Morinaka's been perfect, minus those 2 penalty kicks, which were penalty kicks are just by their very nature very difficult to stop. Lions again with control. Conquistadors have really been playing on their heels, just reacting to what the Lions have been doing. As Abdelmoudi tried to slide and gain possession, couldn't. Ball goes over to Hammerslag. Sent ahead to Algren. Algren sends it up to Guerrero. His pass goes over to Avalos. Avalos now sends it over to Tolman. Ball's deflected high into the air, back to Algren. Now Guerrero chases down in the far corner. Check that near side corner. He's still working. He centers it. Ball still loose. Ball sent into Avalos. Sends it across. Lions are just waiting for that perfect opportunity, and that kick shot on net, Joe, is just wide. Stop his play.
Stop it now. Stop. Stop. Omar, take a breather.
We're about to have another substitution as our score is 2-2. We're all knotted up here. Into the game comes B.J. Ramirez for the Lions. Out comes Avalos. Pickup action now as, again, the Lions have control. Ball sent over to Garcia. Algren now handles it. He sends it across. His pass is finally intercepted. Conquistadors regain control. You can see Ramirez doing an excellent job of shielding the player from his body. Check that. Garcia sends it over to Abdelmoudi. Abdelmoudi sends it ahead to 10. That's Joey Schloss, but the pass attempt is intercepted and kicked back by the Conquistadors. Now we pick up action. Lions moving in. The heading attempt goes just wide. Orlick with the header. Throw-in for the Conquistadors. Conquistadors have really not had many shots on net besides the penalty kicks. Lions have really outplayed them in every facet. We'll do the throwing over again. Check that there is a sideline judge. I didn't see him all through this game. He hasn't come down our way. Peck now sends it out, but that's not a very smart play as 15 jumps right into the play. That's Ramirez. He sends it high and wide. Goalie Scott Peck really was an ill-advised free kick. Now there's a takedown by the Conquistadors against the Lions. It'll be a free kick at that spot of the foul. Here's a free kick opportunity. This game is tied at 2. Ball's blasted high and wide. We'll have a stoppage of play. Now, Peck takes it, sends it over into midfield. Ball goes off of a Lion player, that is Abdelmoudi. Headed back by the Lions. Ball's intercepted though by Casey Schmidt. He's one of the goal scorers. Ball is sent ahead now to the Conquistadors who are looking to break with it. Ball is taken by 13. His kick is high and over the net. That's Greschler. Had a nice shot on net, but nothing to show for it. Free kick taken by the Lions. Hit high into the air. Ball's headed by the Conquistadors' Matt Hayward. Sent back to Kelly O'Brien. He sends it up to Greschler, who just had that shot on net. Ball, a little nice give and go by the Conquistadors. They send it up towards the far sideline, but intercepted by the Lions and blasted out of bounds. That whistle signifies the end of the first half, where it was an exciting half indeed. We saw 2 penalty kicks result in goals and 2 goals by the Lions after they were down 2 to make the score at the end of one half of play. The Newbury Park Conquistadors 2, the Lions 2.
Then we started running and gunning. This is the field where we have to play smart. You can't be running. You got so much space in front of you. Don't get caught running, because then you're out of control. One time, Eric, you took the space well, and I'm like, step on it, step on it, step on it. And you kept running. You kept running. That's when everyone knows you're going this way. Everyone's running this way, and you just.
And the second half of play is underway as the teams have switched sides. The Conquistadors now moving in, and we're going to have an offside call, I believe. Yes, we are. Ball will turn over to the Conquistadors. We had quite an exciting first half of play, which saw the Conquistadors convert 2 penalty kicks that they were awarded in the half, both relatively early on within the first 15 minutes. The first one came about 3 minutes into the game. Both are relatively questionable calls, maybe the first one more so than the second one. However, that put the Conquistadors up by a score of 2-0. The Lions fought their way back on goals from first Omar Avalos and then a goal from Nick Orlick, who got the assist, or who got the conversion from an assist by Victor Guerrero. It was Guerrero's tough work and great shot on net, which allowed Orlick to put the ball in net. And we've got another shot on goal, and the ball's free. Oh, and taken by BJ Ramirez. He hurried his shot and sent it just a little bit wide as he had the inside corner of the net wide open. Nonetheless, the Lions have been continually, since being down 2-0, have really dominated play, have really had almost all the scoring opportunities, and have really dictated play.
All right, head up.
It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon in April. We're at the Polo Fields in Del Mar. It's the Newbury Park Conquistadors in the dark uniforms versus the OCU Lions, who are in the white with blue trim uniforms, as BJ Ramirez moves in again. He sends it up to 10. That is Schloss. He gets a shot on net and makes the goaltender Scott Peck dive and make the save. So again, the Lions are really taking it to the Conquistadors, and the Conquistadors are really back on their heels, allowing the Lions to dictate action. As you can see here, the Lions are just dominating. Got to wonder what the coaching staff of the Conquistadors have told their team at the half. Their coaches are Mario Melgar, Bill Proster, and Ken Paulson. Resume action now as Orlick has it. He sends it off to Schloss. Schloss sends it into 8. That is Omar Avalos, who has a goal in this game, and it goes off of Avalos and out of play for a goal kick.
Mom, can I go to snack bar with Troy? Yeah, you can watch one. You need to get a
Goal kick will be taken by the goaltender himself, Peck. He sends it out to Tom Stout, number 4, the far side of the field. Ball sent ahead to Matt Hayward. But here come the Lions, stepping up into the play, cutting off the passing lanes, maintaining control. The ball goes back to Ramon Garcia, number 12. Sent ahead to Algren. Algren sends it back to 10, Joey Schloss, but Schloss wasn't in position. And for that pass, the ball goes out of bounds. Throw in Conquistadors. Throw in taken there. But the Lions maintain control as 8, Swenson was just really shoved off the ball by 2 Lion players. Ball goes back to Algren. Sent across. Little give and go opportunity right in front of us. Ball sent ahead now, but it headed nicely out of there as 10, Schloss working against Greschler. Players come together there and the ball goes out of bounds. Throw in Lions. Ball thrown in now. Taken by the Conquistadors. Hammerslag gets a touch. But finally, again, the Lions retake control. We're knotted at 2 here. And you got to wonder what the score would be if there wasn't the penalty kicks awarded to the Conquistadors. Play at the far side of the field goes all the way back to Algren. He sends it ahead. Guerrero chasing down after it. So is Tom Stout. Ball sent high into the air where it's going to be taken by Schloss. Goes off the head of Greschler. And sent out of bounds. Throw in Conquistadors. Throw in taken by the Conquistadors. Handled by 7, Casey Schmidt. He's got one of those goals off the penalty kick. Swenson turns it over. Ball sent ahead, but intercepted by Hayward. Hayward now sends it across to Stout. Stout will chase it down at the far sideline and try to make something happen there. He sends it ahead. Intercepted, though, by the Lions. It's number 8 is Avalos. He sends it over to Guerrero. Guerrero has played an excellent game. Guerrero still with the ball. Sends it to Avalos. Avalos loses control but regains. And a foul call on the Conquistadors. That'll be on. Oh no, it's going to go against the Lions. Tough call there. Ball is put in play again as Swenson has it. Swenson still with it. Gets around a slide tackle as the Conquistadors try to set up their troops for an offensive march. Here's a shot on net high and way wide, out of play. Our score remains knotted at 2. We're just underway here in the second half. Unofficially, we've just played about 5 minutes. Balls goes all the way out to Guerrero, who sends it back to Ramirez. Ramirez sends it back to Guerrero, who's working with it, and he trips, falls. We're going to have some kind of foul call. It will go against the Conquistadors, so free kick there for the Lions. The goal scorers in this game for the Conquistadors: Schmidt with 1, Chavarria with 1. For the Lions, it's been Omar Avalos and Nick Orlick. Avalos with the ball now. He gets through 3 Conquistador players now. He's still working with it. He breaks in now. He gets tripped, and we're gonna have to have a free kick there, right? Gonna have to have a penalty kick there. What's the call? I mean, that has been kind of the theme of the game, and we will have a penalty kick awarded to the OCU Lions. So let's see what they can do. I have never seen so many penalty kicks in one game. It's exciting. Looks like it'll be Victor Guerrero taking the penalty kick, number 17 for the OCU Lions, as Scott Peck tries to psych himself up for this challenge. And here we are. Here's the penalty kick. Here's Guerrero's kick. Blocked by Peck, but Guerrero gets it back for a shot, but goes off of Peck again. Ball still loose and goes wide. Wow. Guerrero holding his head in disgust, still on the ground that he couldn't put the ball in net. Tremendous save by the goaltender Scott Peck of the Conquistadors. He has played a terrific game. That was exciting. Now the ball will pick up action as the ball is down the far side of the field, but the Lions control again after the first Conquistadors had it. Conquistadors have really been unable to maintain possession, put clean passes together. Every time they try to do so, the Lions rush up into the play, into the passing lanes, and have just been dominating so far. It's, as you can see here, it's just a case of Lions going after the ball and the Conquistadors really playing defensive soccer. Ball is hit high, deflected, caught by Peck, the goaltender. He's had to be alert. Despite the fact that the Lions are dominating play, their game is still tied, and this is what's got to make the Conquistadors feel pretty good about themselves. Even though they are being outplayed, this game is still knotted at 2. Still anybody's game, especially after that beautiful scoring opportunity, which the penalty kick was, went by the wayside. Ball's taken to Avalos. He's pushed by Hammerslag. We resume action as it's sent ahead to Guerrero, but he's going to get blocked off the play by Bampton. He still got it. His shot goes off the leg of the goaltender, Scott Peck. Another save by Peck, who has had to be alert. Corner kick taken now by the Lions. Ball sails high, heading attempt. Kicked out as the ball went towards net. As a Conquistador player falls down, it's sent ahead to Avalos. He kind of overran it, retains possession, still with it as he made a move, buys himself a little time. Ball goes out to 15. Its shot is wide by BJ Ramirez, out of play. Goaltender Scott Peck will take the goal kick. Sends it ahead. Ball goes off the leg of Chavaria, Jacob Chavaria, who has a goal for the Conquistadors today. He's still working with it at the far sideline. Sends it ahead to 6. That's Matt Hayward. But his progress is picked off by the Lions. It's taken, handled by the Lions now. Guerrero has it. He's still with the ball. He's still moving in. Buys himself a little time by breaking into the middle. His shot attempt is deflected. Goes back to the Lions. 2 players battling for it at the far side of the field. Finally 5. That's Swatosh takes a spill. And there will be a yellow card issued to, I believe it's Nick Tolman. So that's Tolman's first yellow card. As it looked like he got a shove in the back against Swatosh. So Tolman will get his first yellow. Also with the yellow for the Lions is Eric Warner, as well as the coach. There's been lots of yellows, lots of penalty kicks. We got a whistle, foul call on the Conquistadors. Ball will go over to the Lions. Here comes Avalos, doing a nice little give and go. Sent in by Joey Schloss and saved by goaltender Scott Peck, who's really played excellent in the second half and throughout the entire game. He has been tested and often. Ball again intercepted by the Lions. Here they come. They look to break in. That's 6. Tolman, he gets a shot on net, hits the side of the net, and goes out of play. We'll pick up action as the goaltender Scott Peck will take a goal kick. We are still knotted at 2 with about unofficially 30 minutes left in this second half of play. They play 45-minute halves in this under-17 National Cup prelims. And there was a bit of an acting job there, but nonetheless, Marcus will get the foul called on him. And the Lions will take possession. Looks like it's going to be Ramon Garcia handing it over to Joey Schloss, who's had a busy second half. Guerrero with it, sends it across to Ramirez. Ramirez sends it to Neil Shaw. Shaw with it, goes off of Leitzel of the Conquistadors, will throw in for the Lions. Thrown in to Schloss. Schloss gets through one player, still working with it. Still working with it. He's really got to kick it out, he does. Ball is centered. Nicely deadened by 8. Avalos coming up into the play for a shot on net is a Lion player. Goes out of bounds way high and wide. Didn't see who that was, but we'll get confirmation. We're back in action. That was Eric Werner's shot on net as he came up into the play and drove one high and over the net. We remain knotted at 2s here in the second half of play. Here come the Conquistadors. Play has almost been exclusively in their territory this second half. So here comes Avalos now. He's working with it, but he gets taken off the ball by Swatosh. Swatosh comes out ahead, but we're going to have a foul call behind the play, going to go against the Conquistadors. So again, really shooting themselves in the foot any breakout chance they get. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. The temperature is really just right, nice and breezy. Sun is out, not a cloud in the sky, and we're in beautiful Del Mar, the polo fields. Ball is centered now. Here comes Pack, who catches a ball off a hop. The shot attempt was by Omar Avalos, who does have already a goal in today's game. Ball goes all the way out to midfield and sent back. Again, the Lions have control. I mean, it's just a matter, it seems, of when they're going to break through. Nonetheless, the score remains knotted at 2. Ball sent back. Werner has it. He kicks it high into the air. It's going to get out of bounds. So it'll be a throw-in for the Conquistadors, who, despite getting outplayed for the majority of the game, find themselves still even with the Lions. Ball will go out of bounds. Throw in for the Conquistadors, taken by Moj. sent ahead all the way down to the sweeper, Ramon Garcia, who will handle it there. Garcia looking for some players, getting help from 10, Schloss. Schloss has it. He's had a busy second half. He tries to do a little fancy behind the back pass to his teammate Shaw, but it will go off a Conquistador player and out of bounds. Here's a throw-in by the Lions to the near sideline. Goes off of the Conquistadors. Not a physical action you saw right there. Ball sent all the way ahead to Casey Schmidt. Schmidt centers it to 9. That is Jeffrey Marcus. Goes all the way to 12. That's Garcia. He handles it. Ball sent back to Garcia, who dribbles it up the far sideline, telling some players to move as he kicks it ahead. Retains possession. Still battling with it. He gets pulled on, and it will be a foul call, the Conquistadors. So, despite all the activity we've had here in the second half, many shots in net for the Lions, including a penalty kick, there has been no goal so far in the second half, and we remain knotted at 2. Ball's kicked high. Settles down now at the far side of the field for the Lions. As 6 Tolman moves through 2 players, still working with the ball. Still with it, he finally goes down, and the ball goes over to the kicked out by the Conquistadors. But the ball is deflected on their breakout attempt and will be out of bounds throw-in for the Conquistadors.
Don't let him out.
Here's a throw-in. Taken by 6, that's Hayward. Ball sent in, chased down by Guerrero, but it's not going to get there. Instead, the ball is sent out of bounds, out of harm's way by the Conquistadors. It'll be a throw-in for the Lions. It'll be thrown in by Joey Schloss. A little give and go. Schloss gets pushed off the ball. Will go off of the Conquistadors, out of bounds. Throw in. Check that throw in for the Conquistadors. We'll have a throw in now for the Lions. Now taking the ball is Schmidt, sends it across to 18 Chavaria. Chavaria really starting out really solid and really active. Not been calling his name much throughout. And we're going to have a stoppage of play, and as the Lions will look to substitute here for the first time in the second half. As into the game comes Mo Abdelmoudi. Ball is sent high into the air now. Comes down, settles into the Conquistador end as they kick it back, look for a breakout attempt, as here comes Schmidt with it, the near side of the field. Working against Shaw. Schmidt now breaking through, but intercepted by a Lions player, and it's sent ahead. Lions looking to break again. Here comes Avalos. Avalos has played an outstanding game, but he loses control of the ball to Chavaria. Chavaria has it, sends it towards the net. We're going to have an offside call as the ball goes into the goalie, Justin Morinaka. Morinaka is really probably doing all he can to remain focused in this game, as that was the first touch he's had of the second half. We're unofficially about 20 minutes in. Garcia with it. Ball's deflected off of Schmidt, bounces high into the air, takes a funny hop. Schmidt with it. Score! Tough break there for the Lions, as Garcia's clear-out attempt bounced high off of Schmidt, went high into the air, bounced again, curved away from the goalie Morinaka, and Schmidt was able to retain control and put it into the wide-open net. That makes our score Conquistadors 3, Lions 2. So that is the second goal of the game for Schmidt. And as I was saying throughout the second half, that the Conquistadors had to feel pretty good about themselves. The fact that even though they were being dominated, it was still tied. And lo and behold, they get a break, get a goal, and they're up by 1, 3-2. Let's see how the Lions can respond. They've already clawed their way back from a 2-0 deficit. Can they do it again? Resume play at the far side of the field where teams converge on. It will be a throw-in for the Conquistadors as they look to get another one. Taken by O'Brien. Kelly O'Brien, he sends it ahead to Leitzel. Leitzel chasing it, goes out of bounds. It will be Lions ball.
Come on, Lions! Let me give you all your Jordan.
Ball is sent high into the air now. Goes off the foot of the Conquistadors player, so it'll be a throw-in for the Lions.
Hold it.
Ball thrown in, sent back to Abdelmoudi. He's working against Leitzel. Leitzel does a nice slide and gets the ball away from Abdelmoudi. Sends it ahead now to his teammate. Sent ahead to Pavel Gago. We haven't called his name much in the second half. Sent back to Shivaria. Now the Lions, Guerrero has it. He's looking to move with it. He gets it ahead, but the Conquistadors have defended it well. Ball goes up ahead to Gago. Intercepted now by Ramirez. That's what the Lions have done so well today. They've been really breaking into the passing lanes and getting up into the play. Gago finally goes down as his teammates just kind of watched him. Now Abdelmoudi has it. He's in the center of the field. He didn't shoot. Gets it back to Warner. Warner now sends it ahead as Guerrero will take it. Conquistadors doing a nice job defensively. As Guerrero still with it, he breaks in now. Tries to get a tough angle and score! A terrific play by the Lions to tie this game at 3. And we are going to have an offside call to nullify that goal. Oh, tough break. Tough break indeed as Guerrero from a really hard angle sent it across, and it looked like Avalos came through in a flurry and put it into the net. But we're going to have an offside call, so it'll result in a goal kick for the Conquistadors, and our score remains 3-2 in favor of the Conquistadors. Nonetheless, the Lions have to feel pretty good about themselves as they get a foul call. Ball goes high into the air.
Play the ball simple.
Ball sent ahead. Here comes the goalie. Morinaka lets the ball come to him. He has it. Sends it ahead now to 3, Austin Algren. Algren sends it ahead now to Garcia. Garcia with it down the far sideline. He sends it ahead to a breaking player. Lions look to set it up again. Here's a shot on net, and coming out to intercept that pass is Scott Peck, the goalie. Really, where would the Conquistadors be without Peck's play today? Now the ball sent ahead to 19, Gago. He is tripped up on the play. There's no call. He's still down on the ground. Now Omar Avalos has the ball. He's got a lot of room. He sends it across to 7, Abdelmoudi. He's got some room. He fires it, and Peck there to intercept it. Wow, has Peck been busy and been tested throughout today's game. He's got to be the MVP of the game so far in my mind. Ball sent high, bounces deep into the field of the Lions. They, however, reclaim possession. Ball goes ahead to Guerrero. Ball sent ahead now nicely to Abdelmoudi as he breaks down the near sideline. He'll stop play there, look for a teammate. The ball comes out. He sends it toward net, and Peck is active again, intercepts it. He is just a one-man team out there, it appears. You got to look at a major turning point of this game as the penalty kick he saved against Guerrero, who had really 2 beautiful opportunities. First one off the kick, the second one off the rebound off the kick, and he stopped both. Now this passing attempt is knocked away. but retained by the Lions. The Lions have really dominated in terms of passing, positioning, yet they're still down by a goal. As the ball is down the far sideline, players are battling for it there. Taken by Orlick, sent ahead to Avalos. Avalos still with possession. He sends it back down to the far side of the field. Around the corner, he gets a shot off, blocked, out of bounds. It will result in a corner.
Send one of the kids to get the other ball for it. Brandon, we'll get the ball. Quickly.
No, BJ's dead.
Ramon, play stopper. Eric, you're sweeping after this play.
Here's the corner, taken by Avalos, headed by Guerrero, score! Goes off of 2 heads and into the net for a score. Again, it went so fast, I'll have to get confirmation. It looked like Guerrero's head that put it in the net, but I thought it went off a second head out there, and we'll have to get confirmation. Nonetheless, that'll make it 3-3. Just tremendous play by the Lions. They refused to quit. They refused to roll over. What a ball game. And we're going to have another substitution as into the game comes Armand Malikian for the OCU Lions, who have just tied this game at 3. Unofficially, about 25 minutes into the game. Check that into the second half of play. So probably close to 15-20 minutes remain, again, unofficially. So let's see how the teams respond. Ball is thrown in. Taken by Guerrero. His taken off the ball by 15. That's Moj. Moj sends it ahead, but intercepted by Algren. Algren racing toward the ball. Comes up with it after the players both fall down. Oh, and he's taken down, and will be a foul call as the Conquistador player, that is Wolfgang Moj, cannot believe it. They get back involved, and the ball toward net, handled by Scott Peck. Peck's kick is a booming high ball, goes off the leg of a Lion player. Handled by 9, that's Shaw. He took the pass from Malikian. Shaw still with it. Goes off of number 8, that's Seth Swenson of the Conquistadors. Will be a throw-in for Abdelmoudi.
Drop back and rack for a little bit. Rest for a little bit. No foul there.
Players battling for it there as O'Brien comes out of the pack with it. Sends it ahead to Pavel Gago. He's playing with Warner. Taken over by Tolman. Tolman at the far side of the field.
Keep it up! You're not a...
Still Lions working with the ball. Send it ahead, but it's going to be Bampton to intercept it and send it back out for a throw-in. Check that the ball will remain in play as Pavel Gago got there ahead of time. Stepping up into the play for the Lions. Looked to be Shaw, but ball is maintained by Casey Schmidt, who has 2 goals for the Conquistadors. Conquistadors looking to break. They get the ball over to Schmidt. They got to put a body on him. His shot goes off the post, off the top post, off the crossbar, check that, and out of the net. Wow, so Schmidt made a bid for a hat trick. And we're going to have a foul call there. Wow, Schmidt just stepped right in and blasted one off the crossbar. I don't know how that didn't go in. That Schmidt is a sniper, and they got to watch him. Now we just pick up action as Lions give up possession of the ball to 18 Chavaria. Ball goes ahead to Gago. Gago now with it, sends it across to Schmidt, but Schmidt wasn't there. Sends it ahead to Guerrero, lets the ball go nicely between his legs as Abdelmoudi will handle it. Ball goes back to Guerrero as he looks to center. He's got some room. He's still working with it, buys himself a little time. Still buying himself some time. He's got it. Oh, he had a opportunity there, and a header. Oh, just wide. A beautiful heading opportunity by Malikian. Armand Malikian on that header just sailed wide. Terrific setup by Guerrero to Malikian. So we'll pick up action as the goalkeeper rather, Scott Peck will send it ahead to Swenson. Ball sent along to Avalos. He handles it.
Check in.
Dribbling towards the far sideline. Stops. Ball is deflected. Out of play. Throw in. Lions. We're tied at 3 here in the second half.
Run off of Victor.
Unofficially, probably got about 15 minutes left. Guerrero has it, but we're going to get a whistle. This ball went out of bounds off of him. With the ball now was Wolfgang Moj.
Find your mark when they come in here.
Is there a substitution for the Conquistadors as Chavaria goes out in favor of Hammerslag? Conquistadors setting up their players where they want them. We're tied at 3. That's exciting game filled with penalty kicks, scoring attempts, and yellow cards. Jumping up into the play is Abdelmoudi. He's still with it, doing some nice individual work. He's looking for some help, but his pass gets intercepted by Gago, who sends it back to his teammate and sent back up ahead. Gago now retains possession and a little give and go, but stepping up into the play is Garcia. Garcia still with it, sends it across to Abdelmoudi. Abdelmoudi with it now, does a nice little play, sends it across. But the Lions are unable to retain control as Malikian handling it now. Down the near sideline, he sends it across to his teammate, Eric Warner. Warner's high ball goes off the head of Nick Orlick, goes back over to the Conquistadors. Finally, the Lions gain possession. Action right in front of us. Guerrero handling it. Here comes Abdelmoudi. He sends it across to 9. Neil Shaw. He sends it back over to Guerrero. Guerrero looking to center. Does a nice move around. He's got some room. Blast! Score! Oh, no score! I can't. One off the inside post and then out again. From this angle, it looked like it was a sure bet to go in. Wow. Just an exciting game as the Lions continue to just get the scoring opportunities. So there's a whistle. We're going to have a substitution, and everybody, I think, needs a break right now. Those posts are the goalie's best friend. Now we pick up action as Hammerslag sends it across to Gago. Gago with it. The Conquistadors have had very few shots on net, maybe 1 or 2 in this half, but have made them count as they have a goal. Ball high over the net, out of play. We're back in action. The goal kick goes off the head of Hammerslag. Handled by Abdelmoudi. Stops his progress to gain himself a little composure. Sends it across to the far side of the field. Sent back to 3, Algren. Algren battling there. Conquistadors doing a nice job of gaining possession as 9, Jeffrey Marcus has it as he looks to break with it. He's got some room, still with it. He tries to get a shot off, but it goes off of Ramon Garcia, who does a nice job of defending there. He's still with the ball, sends it across to Werner. Werner now with it. Now he's harassed, gets it across to Guerrero. Guerrero now looking to give himself some room, runs it to the middle of the field. He's got some room. We're working against Hammerslag. Hammerslag falls down, gets it across to Malikian. Malikian now stops his progress, going to go around, looking to center, sends it high for the heading opportunity, but headed by the Conquistadors and out a little bit. Comes back out to, oh, the line player fell down. However, stepping up into the play is Algren. He sends it across to Abdelmoudi. They just do not stop exerting the offensive pressure. Abdelmoudi was shot on net, punched high and over by the goaltender Scott Peck. Great save.
PJ near post, PJ near post.
Is that cheesy?
Armand.
Wait.
Armand.
It's going to set up a corner kick for the Lions. Our game is tied at 3. They're looking to break through. Corner kick will be taken by Malikian, 11. This corner kick is a bit low. The Lions still with possession as Guerrero has it right in front of the goal mouth, trying to do some work with it, but he can't, as the Conquistadors take it away and hand it up to Marcus. Marcus sends it ahead, as only people back for the either team is Garcia, the sweeper of the Lions. He sends it ahead to Abdelmoudi. Abdelmoudi still with it, gives it up to Werner. Werner looking to do something with it, sends it ahead to Guerrero. He's being chased down, and ball go out of bounds as Wolfgang Moj handles it. He's played a nice game as well. Ball's thrown into Hammerslag. Finally, both change possessions both ways. Hammerslag finally regains control. Ball goes up to Ahlgren. Ahlgren has it, hands it up to 6 Tolman. Sends it down to the far side of the field where Orlick chases it down. Gets through him to Tom Stout. Stout sends it ahead. Conquistadors with possession. With it is Schmidt. He's dangerous. He's coming in, but his progress is stopped on a great slide by Werner. Sent ahead now to Abdelmoudi. Here come the Lions looking to break as Schmidt's still down on the ground. Sent ahead, but bad pass by Abdelmoudi. An offside call. We're still knotted at 3. Unofficially, just have to have between 5 and 10 minutes left. Guerrero has it, dribbling it right in front of us. He gets through 2 players, still working with it. He gets finally tripped and knocked to the ground hard. That's got to be a foul call. It is. Gets knocked to the ground by Chris Swatosh.
Keep it away from the keeper. Even touch it right now.
So we're going to have a free kick right at the spot of the foul. This is a great opportunity for the Lions at this stage of the game. Here's the kick, and we're going to have an offside call, I believe.
Hey, go to Raymond. You can even pass it to Raymond and just dribble. If they're back.
So it'll go over to the Conquistadors as goalie Scott Peck, who's played himself just a fantastic game and kept his team into it and kept the score tied. Ball sent ahead to Stout. Stout sends it ahead all the way to 9. That's Jeffrey Marcus. Marcus still working with it. Check that, it goes out of bounds, so it'll result in the corner as they try to hurry up and get something going before the Lions can set up their defense. Here's this corner, but it's hit out by Garcia, I believe. Ball goes all the way out to Hammerslag. Ball's intercepted by the Lions, sent ahead to Orlick. Orlick now with Guerrero looking to break. Sends it ahead to Guerrero. He works against Wolfgang Moj. He's still got it there. Still working. Guerrero still has it. His coach implores him to give it up. Finally, Moj takes away control. Goes up to Tom Stout. As Guerrero couldn't find anybody to pass it to. Ball now taken by Marcus. Marcus getting intercepted. Ball's taken. Finally, Abdelmoudi will have control. Midfield, sends it ahead. Here come the Lions looking to break. That's 6. Tolman, he gets a shot on net, but blocked by Peck and out of bounds. We're going to have a corner kick for the Lions. Looks like it's going to be Nick Orlick down the far corner, going to take this corner. Here's his kick. Gets it to Guerrero. Guerrero does get a touch, but it deflects out as Marcus handles it, but intercepted by Tolman. Tolman now handles it as Bampton chases it down. And we're going to have a foul call. Check that the ball will go out of bounds for possession to the Conquistadors. Ball goes all the way down as Werner takes a shot at it. His players battle with it at the far side of the field. Will be a possession for the Lions after the foul call. Again, they look to get something going. Here comes Mo Abdelmoudi. He's played a very busy game. Sent ahead to 9. That is Shaw. He handles it. Gets it over to Abdelmoudi. Looking for a little give and go with Shaw. Ball sent into Abdelmoudi, goes off the side of his foot into the waiting arms of goalie Scott Peck. Peck's goal kick is high towards midfield. Both players missed the header. And here comes Garcia, the sweeper. Had a very strong game for the Lions. Ball goes to number 9, Marcus. He gets a shot on net, but it goes way high and wide. Garcia will take the free kick, blast it back into Conquistador territory, where it's intercepted by the Lions as they look to break. And here comes Abdelmoudi. He's got a tough angle though as he stops his progress, tries to get it through a defender. Still with it, blasted off Peck's leg. Great save by Peck to hold his ground.
Good job, Mo. Nice run.
Abdelmoudi with just a very assertive break-in on net there. Peck, though, holding his ground, played such an outstanding game. Here comes Warner. He's got it. He's still with it. Ball goes over to Guerrero. Check that. Yeah, to Guerrero, but he falls. Ball is now kicked back, but handled by Shaw. Conquistadors really are just kicking the ball out of harm's way, and it goes right to the Lions players. Shaw sends it across to 15. That is B.J. Ramirez. Ramirez doing some nice individual work, getting held by Hammerschlag.
Quickly, Victor, get on the ball.
As Hammerschlag gets sent to the ground after
Last chance.
getting hit by Ramirez. He's still down on the ground. We'll see what we're going to do with him. He gets up slow. Here's a free kick we're going to have as the Conquistadors set up their wall.
Don't be anywhere near it. 10 yards, please.
You can hear the
Keep your head up. Keep your head up. No, put your head
coaching staff of the Lions yelling out instructions.
right there.
Head coach Greg Sapola. Assistant is Badrick Malikian. Guerrero will take this free kick. Here's an opportunity. Check. Here's his kick. He sends it ahead and into the waiting arms of Scott Peck, as that scoring chance really never developed. Peck's goal kick goes high off the head of a Lion player, and that whistle signifies the end of the ball game. Well, the game ends in a 3-3 tie. Surely not the way in which the Lions would have preferred this to end, as they had so many scoring chances. Nonetheless, it was a tremendously well-played game, an exciting game, and our final score is the Newbury Park Conquistadors 3, the OCU Lions 3. And we'll be back in a few moments with interviews and a wrap-up. Joining me now are two members of the OCU Lions who had a tough tie today. First, tell me your name and your thoughts about the game.
My name is Armand Malikian, and I thought we played really well. We had a lot of scoring opportunities, but we just didn't put them away. We had a couple, actually we had one PK, and we got really unlucky with the keeper because they got 2 penalty kicks. That's pretty much. I think we should have won this game.
It did seem like a tough break. It did seem like you guys were dominating almost the entire game, and the penalty kicks gave the other team an opportunity to have control. You guys fought back, but I'll tell you what, to me it seemed like their goaltender just played he played an incredible game. What's your thoughts about
He had some great saves. We had a lot of hard shots, but he made it when it counted. he made the saves when he counted.
He did indeed. That was an excellent fought game by you guys. You guys did fight back from 2-0. What was when you got down 2-0, were you thinking, what were your thoughts?
Well, I didn't really get down because I know this team has like a lot of talent, and we knew we could get back in this game. There was a lot of time. I knew we could get back into the game, so we put 3 goals in. Still wasn't enough.
Yeah, it was a great game. Nevertheless, tell me your future plans. You'd like to go to college somewhere, and what would you like to do for an occupation?
I'm thinking of a business major, pretty much, and if possible, I'd like to play soccer in college.
Any idea where?
UC areas, mostly in California.
Well, great. Well, good luck to you. Stay with us when we interview your teammate. Tell me your name and your thoughts on the game.
My name is Eric Warner, and I thought we just had a really tough time. And our coach said at the end when we had about 8 or 10 right down the line, right across the goal, and our guys tried to thread it right through, right on the inside post where you should just lay it off right in the front of the goal where we had like 4 guys crashing in. So, I mean, we had more than enough chances, and we outshot them, you know, about 20 shots it seemed like, and we stuck them on defense. We just had that one tough goal where our goalie had a little problem with that, and then those 2. I mean, it's hard when in the first 5 minutes you get 2 goals against you on PKs. It gets you down, but it just showed how hard we fought back to come back, and eventually, I mean, I thought we should have won, but some days you don't get the goals that you need.
Now tell me, when they got the penalty kicks, to me, I don't know how it happened. How was your understanding? How did that happen? Was it justified in your mind?
They were, I think more at the higher levels that, I mean, they're the little ticky-tack things, a little cleat to the shin guard thing, but nothing that you think they would call. I mean, I've been playing club for 8 years, and those are fouls that never really get called, but I don't know, I guess the refs just saw that there were 2 really little ticky-tack fouls, and I didn't think they were justified to be penalty kicks, but.
Well, yeah, I have to agree with you on that. Tell me, it was a hard-fought game. Nevertheless, tell me your future thoughts about your occupation, maybe where you'd like to go to college.
I'm probable major in business, and I've been looking at pretty much the UC schools like San Diego, USC, Boulder, SMU, around there. Something with a good business school, and I'd love to play soccer in college, and I'm highly considering it right now.
Well,
see what I can do, get any offers or anything.
Well, that's great. You guys are off to a good start, and good luck to you in the future.
Thank you. All right, thanks a lot.
Joining me now are 3 more members of the OCU Lions who tied today against the Conquistadors, the Newbury Park Conquistadors. Tough game today. Tell me your name and your thoughts about the game.
My name is Mo Abdelmoudi, and we had more chances than they did, and we couldn't quite put them away. It was a good game. Just the ball didn't just go in the net for us.
Now, does it make you feel any better as any kind of moral victory, the fact that you were down 2-0 and then 3-2 and still were able to fight back, or do you feel like, hey, you should have won it and that's it?
Yeah, well, it really wasn't a surprise because that's typical Lion play. That ref really gave them those 2 goals, and, you know, fighting through all that, I knew we were going to come back, so it was just nothing big.
Now, when they made the score, when it was 2-2 for a while, they got a real lucky break. They got a bad bounce.
Yeah.
They took advantage of a bad bounce, and they made it 3-2. What was your thoughts right at that point?
Well, we were kind of panicking. I was kind of panicking, going, man, we got to score a goal here. Like I said, that was another fluke goal that they got, just a bad bounce. But we came back and tied it, so it doesn't matter.
You guys sure did fought back every step of the way. Tell me before I let you go, your future thoughts. Where'd you like to do for an occupation, and where'd you like to go to college?
Really undecided right now. I'd like to go to Long Beach State, but whatever comes around goes around. So.
How about an occupation? Still undecided?
Yeah, undecided.
Very good. Well, hang on with me as I interview your teammates. Tell me your name and your thoughts on today's ball game.
I'm Nick Orlich. We definitely outplayed the other team. There's a lot of passing, and that's what we try to do, just quick 1-2 passes, and we really killed them there, but we just couldn't put away our chances, and that really hurts us.
And now, it seemed to me you guys were, as you said, dominating much of the game. Do you guys, I mean, how would you assess your competition today? Even though they were dominated, they were able to, you know, take advantage of the referees' calls and some bad bounces.
I how the referee refs the games is really it's unpredictable from game to game, and sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you don't, and you just kind of have to roll with the punches. If the ref gives you a bad call, you just have to go with it and just try your hardest to outplay the other team with soccer instead of go for physical.
Tell me, was it the game more physical or less physical? It seemed to be very physical. Was it more or less so than what you're used to?
That was pretty less physical than what we're usually used to, but still, with bigger teams taking advantage of our size, it's kind of hard to go up against them and win tackles.
Indeed. Tell me, it seemed, I asked another of your teammates this question, what are your thoughts about the goaltender of that team? His name was Scott Peck. I thought he played just outstanding. He played on his head today.
Yeah, he had a really good game. He was really on his toes and stopping a lot of our shots. I really commend him. He did a really good job today.
So tell me your future thoughts, your thoughts about where we look to go to college, and how about an occupation?
College is undecided now. I'd really like to go to Virginia, but I'd have to really get on my grades right now. And occupation is something to do with computers. I really like to program computers or do something in that field.
Well, that's great. Good luck to you. Tell me your name and what your thoughts about today's game are.
My name's Neil Shaw, and I felt that we did dominate the game. We were outplaying them for all 90 minutes, I'd say. But just we might have broken down a few times, and the ref did give them a few chances that I didn't think they deserved. But overall, I'm glad that we showed that we had heart today by coming back from those deficits from 2-0 and then 3-2. So overall, I'm happy. If we would have put away some of our chances, that would be more happier right now. But I know we'll come back next game and regroup and play better.
So tell me, do you go on now with this tie? I know it was kind of close whether or not you're going to advance on.
Well, we have to play our next game, and all we have to do is make sure that we don't lose by a score of 4-0. Anything under there, or we win or tie, or yeah, we're planning to win. But so I feel that we have a really great chance of advancing, almost 100% sure.
Well, that's great. Tell me your future thoughts about college and how about an occupation?
I've been really working hard to go to maybe UCLA or Berkeley, and hoping to do an occupation in sports medicine and hopefully playing soccer in college and maybe further on from there.
Well, that's great. Great game today, guys, and good luck to all of you. Joining me now is the coach of the OCU Lions. His name is Greg Sapola. Greg, tell me your thoughts about the game.
Well, disappointed, but I was pleased that the boys fought back. I'm not going to complain about the referees because it seems like that's always a problem, but we were very unfortunate in the beginning with the 2 PKs. I'm sure some of the boys said that too. But I was very proud that we did keep our composure. We came back. We scored the 2, I believe, in the first half to equalize. And another misfortunate goal with the fluke bounce on the goalie, and things just really weren't going our way, but we did find a way to tie, and really, as long as we do all right next week, we should go through like expected. You know, I was very pleased. I mean, I think anybody that watched the game knew who the better team was. They worked hard. They're big guys, but I think we definitely skilled them and had several chances, and chances that the goalie came up well, and chances maybe hit the post a couple times, and then the offsides call. So things just weren't going our way, but we came back to get the tie, so we're all right with that. We're all right.
I see. Now tell me, it seemed to me that their goaltender really played on his head today, and it was really him that kept his team into the game. And it was like so many times you see when a game is 2-2, even though one team is dominating, the other team gets some kind of feels good about themselves because even though they're getting dominated, it's still 2-2, and all of a sudden they get a bad break and they get a goal. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, the goalie definitely kept him in the game. Had he not had that good of a game, it would have been, an ugly score. He really did keep him in. There was some good quality saves. He's a big guy. He came out and got some of the high balls, so I think that they're praising him right now as well. So, have
you seen a better goaltender this year than this kid?
Oh yeah. I mean, everybody we play is very good. He's good. But we see good goalies. There's good goalies all the time. Our goalies, had he been tested a little more, is very good as well. Both of our we've got 2 keepers that are as good or better.
Yeah, it seemed interesting to me. I was wondering how your goaltender was keeping himself in the game in that second half. You only had 1 or 2 touches.
We really did dominate. I mean, these kids want it. These kids, we've come a long way in the last couple of years, worked very, very hard, and they know that this means a lot. We just won the Gold Division. We're moving into Premier. We did very well against Premier-level teams in the League Cup to get to the semifinals. So this means a great deal. We just got done with high school. We've been working for about a month. We won 2 tournaments already in the past month. Mostly to prepare absolutely to prepare for this game. We had one thing in mind, was to prepare for this game and the next game, and the rest of the National Cup. So they want it. They want it very bad. So, and that they showed it by clawing their way back. I mean,
Now, where does that leave you? Where does your team's mindset and your mindset leave you for the next game and try and advance on?
it won't hurt us too much. I mean, they're frustrated, but we did play great soccer. I mean, it was very pretty. I'm sure you guys enjoyed watching it. Great soccer, great goals. I mean, flick, goal, people beating people all over the place. This team is fun to watch, and we're the talk now. We've come a long way in the last year or so. We're starting to get a little more respect. I think we deserve it. So they're disappointed for that reason, because they know that we are a higher caliber team than that, and we should beat that team 3 or 4-0. And to leave 3-3 is just a little disappointing. It won't hurt us, but we'll be back Tuesday at practice with no problem.
Yeah, it seemed like one of the interesting things that I said throughout the telecast was that your team didn't seem content on just getting a shot on net whenever the opportunity opened up, but they wanted to get the perfect shot on it. They wanted to get the clean goal.
Sometimes that hurts you. Yeah, there were several chances where we should have shot. I think that there was still a little bit of panic because we knew we should beat them. We knew there's a lot of pressure, so sometimes we pass up opportunities that we should have taken. But that's soccer. I mean, there's decisions every second. Every split second. There's a decision to be made. But along with those couple that didn't come off, we made several good decisions. So you could pick it apart that way. We did pass up a couple good chances by dribbling too much. But reason why is because we were beating them pretty easily off the dribble. Everybody, most of our forwards and halfbacks could beat them one-on-one. So you beat one and you get excited. You beat another guy, and then you've gone too far. So that's we'll learn. We'll learn.
Well, it was a great, exciting game today, and it was a lot of fun to watch it. And great game all around. Good luck next time out.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Great. Well, there you have the coach of the OCU Lions, and we're going to get now to some of his players. Joining me now, your name?
Austin.
Austin, tell me your thoughts about today's game.
I don't know. I thought we could have played better. I want to take a little responsibility for it because I'm the captain of the team, and I don't know. I didn't think that my game was up, and so I was trying to concentrate on my game and not bringing up the team, and I needed to get the team going. That's what I usually do, and so I just want to take some responsibility for our tie, which I don't feel should have been a tie. The officiating. It's always bad, so what can you say?
But even though you feel somewhat responsible for the loss, your team did dominate.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a loss for the tie, but the mindset, I mean, you guys did dominate and did almost everything you possibly could. They did get 2 goals off of things are really questionable calls, so.
Yeah, I mean, we do need to finish our chances. We had some really good chances that we just didn't put away. I know we just need to concentrate more and hopefully just get a little bit more luck. The luck was just against us, I guess, so not much you can do about that.
Tell me your thoughts about the future, where you'd like to maybe go to college and or what you'd like to do for a living.
I'm hoping to see soccer in my future. I'm not sure on where I want to go to college. Hopefully a Division I soccer school, maybe East Coast, New York, somewhere around there. But I'm not sure about my major, but I'm hoping to get to college through soccer because that's what I want to do. So.
Well, great. Good luck to you, and it was a very exciting game today, even though it ended in a kind of a disappointing tie for you guys. It was an exciting game to watch.
All right, thank you.
Tell me your name and what your thoughts about the game are.
My name is BJ. I think we should have worked more on our finishing because it really showed during the game. We had a lot of chances and we could have finished them. I think if we capitalized on those, we would have came up on top.
Do you feel disappointed, or do you feel like, hey, you got a lot of heart, you fought back each time, even though they got some lucky breaks and took advantage of some bounces?
Well, I think we should have won, so I kind of feel bad about it. We could have easily beat this team.
Yeah, it seemed like you were dominating much of the game. Nonetheless, it was still a tie. Tell me what your thoughts about the future are.
Well, I think if we stay together, we'll go to the top. I mean, we're building a name for ourselves right now.
Tell me your thoughts about now your own particular future. Where'd you look to go to college, and maybe for an occupation, what'd you like to do?
Well, I'm not sure yet. I want to be an architect, so I don't know if soccer is going to be in the future.
Okay, well, great. Well, good luck to you, and it was a hard-fought, exciting game today. Tell me your name and what you thought about today's game.
My name's Justin. I'm the goalie. I thought after we got through the penalty kicks that we dominated pretty much the whole game. We had quite a bit of opportunities, and they didn't have barely enough, maybe 1 or 2 during the whole game.
Yeah, I was wondering, and I asked your coach how you were able to stay focused in the game, because I think you only got 1 or 2 touches in that whole second half. How did you stay focused?
It was pretty hard. I just try to maintain a focused mind, be in the game, and if a shot got delivered, try to save it.
Tell me, as an observer, it's interesting to watch, especially when the team gets 2 penalty kicks. They converted both. You had to be upset. You had to be like, oh, you know, get down on yourself. How did you come out of that after they got the second one? What was your mindset? How did you come out of that?
I just thought that we had another half, and game has to go on. Got to get harder, get in, get stuck in, try to score some goals for the team.
So you really never really got down on yourself. You just felt, hey, this is still early. Let's get it back.
Exactly.
That's definitely a good attitude to have. Tell me your thoughts about your future. Where would you look to go to college, and maybe what you'd like to do for a living?
For college, next year I'm going to Cal State Fullerton, hopefully playing on the team there. And if not, I'm going to stay with this team and hopefully become a doctor.
What kind?
Pediatrician.
Well, excellent choice. Good luck to you, and it was a terrific game today.
All right, thank you.
Well, there you have it. We've seen the interviews, we saw the game, exciting game, many penalty kicks, yellow cards, physical play, shots on net. It was really everything you could want in a soccer game. It ends, however, in a 3-3 tie. So, this is David Goldberg for George Langevin Productions saying so long from Del Mar. Once again, our final score, it was the OCU Lions 3, the Newbury Park Conquistadors 3.